I'm Gabriel Gasave. I'm a research fellow at the Independent Institute. I'm from Argentina. I'm currently in my hometown, Buenos Aires, waiting for these Sunday night elections in Argentina, presidential elections, the runoff of the second term of our presidential elections here, which are very important because the two options, the two candidates that are facing each other are one from the Peronist party, which is currently on power, and the other one is the first time that we have a libertarian candidate trying to get the presidency here in Argentina. It's a guy who comes from the academic world. It's an economist, someone who has been talking about Ayn Rand, Ludwig von Mises, Murray Rothbard, or Henry Hazlitt, which is something very unusual, not only for Latin America, I think that for the rest of the world, to have such a character running for president. The elections are very tight. The chances are very even. So the anxiety and it's very exciting here to wait for that day, for this Sunday 19. And the problem here is that we are facing a high rate of inflation that puts Argentina among the worst performance countries in the world regarding monetary healthy. Our inflation rate is almost 150% this year, running third after Zimbabwe and Venezuela. So practically we have no currency. And that's the reason why recently the Independent Institute held an event on dollarization with our other fellow, Steve Hanke, the Minister of Economy of Ecuador and former Minister of El Salvador, explaining how dollarization worked for those countries. Here, people desperately need a new currency to replace the Argentinian peso, who is like having ice cube melting on your roof on a summer afternoon. That was one of the main proposals that the libertarian candidate have and have been making during the campaign. Also, his ideas of the regulation, privatization, decrease the public deficit and the weight of the government on our pockets are very interesting. Well, it would be a great thing for Argentina if we should change the path of corruption and crisis, economic crisis that we are having for decades. Someone said once that there are four kind of countries in the world: developed countries, developing countries, Japan, and Argentina. Japan, after the World War II, was in chaos, was a catastrophic situation for its economy, and then it became one of the world's superpowers. And Argentina took the reverse path, having it all, being a great power at the beginning of the 20th century. We lost everything, and we are ranking very, very poorly in the index of freedom, economic freedom and liberty rights and economic prosperity. So for the first time, we are having a great chance of change, and hopefully the good ideas prevail this Sunday, and we can rid off of decades of crisis and bad politics. Argentina this year celebrates 40 years of democracy. During the 60s, the 70s, and part of the 80s, we have military coups that interrupted democracy and democratic periods. But in 1983, we started a period of democracy that it wasn't interrupted since then. So in these 4 years, 28 years have been run by the Peronist party, which is the current party on power. So they destroyed the economy, they destroyed the whole of, especially the young people. So many people fled the country and living abroad and tried to make their lives somewhere else. So it's time to reverse the course, to change things, and trying to make a more prosperous and free Argentina. It's not going to be easy. There will be a lot of barriers, even if the libertarian candidate wins this Sunday, but it was the effort trying to make a change and trying to make people be able to seek their freedom and their happiness by themselves and not dependent from the government. Here, the Peronist regime had created a system that have clients, political clients, that everything is subsidized. Also, not only we have a monetary inflation, we have also an inflation of rights. The government grants rights to everybody, so people are taught in the elementary school that they have right to a health care for free, to a housing for free, to a shop in the future, to whatever the teachers wants to tell them. So it's time to make people understand that the only right that they have is to defend their life, their freedom, their property, and look for their own happiness, but not depending on somebody else, but themselves. So it's a huge change in mentality, but it's worth the effort to try to do it. So these Sunday's elections are very crucial, and well, hopefully liberty will prevail, and in the future we can talk about a better Argentina. Thank you.